This is Elnora. When she graduated from Howard University, she returned to Benton Harbor, Michigan to teach. But she realized quickly that something was wrong. Schools were shutting down, and what she discovered brought her to tears. She got with community leaders and called a meeting of the minds. During the meeting, leaders gathered to talk about revitalizing our city. A politician stood up in the middle of the discussions and said that gentrification was going to happen and there is no way to stop it. Gentrification is racism. Racism is social abuse. It's an age-old agenda that allows rich folk to drive down the value of communities, use public dollars to beautify and fix the spaces at low cost, and then push out most of the black folk to pave the way for privileged people to enjoy the profits and upgrades. Along the way, some residents gave up, but others asked questions. Elnora surveyed hundreds of students, families, educators, and consulted with experts. These conversations turned into magical wins. What if instead of closing schools and building the developer's $100 million prison on Napier, we established the most beautiful safe haven for black folks? And we opened our city up for everybody in the world to enjoy our gifts and our talents. Don't we deserve that? Why not transform our city into an international historical landmark that creates jobs, business opportunities, and upgrades for Benton Harbor's surviving descendants of slavery and oppression? What if we're actually sitting on black gold? So goes your schools, so goes the community, so they say. But the flip side of that problem is beautiful win-wins. Revitalizing your neighborhood schools and watching your community thrive with hands-on life lessons that affirm our culture, celebrate the hidden contributions of our ancestors, and pays the inner city youth and families. If you could participate in a community benefits agreement that inspires our kids to become solution creators and empowers the residents to transform our city into a positive attraction, would you? Do you want a safer, healthier village for the children we're raising now and a legacy we'll leave behind? Could you use a fresh start right now? So what does fresh start mean? F. Free our students. Why aren't states fully paying schools on time? Aren't you tired of the shutdown scares and debt traps too? States get money from us to fund schools, but they pay school districts slowly, forcing them to take out loans they can't afford. It's time we demand that states fully pay for our public schools quickly to restore the damage and erase the debt, period. We've collected over 12,000 signatures in agreement with us on this. Our kids deserve to learn in peace. R. Reimagine safety. Thanks to the Sharp Foundation, City Hall will have a citizens board to review police complaints and make recommendations to improve policies. But if we also start a police academy at our high school rooted in racial and restorative justice and healing, couldn't we then empower youth to care for their own communities with dignity and respect? E. Let's end the monopoly game. Stop the plans to sell off the land, knowing we still will be required to pay taxes on it. If we're serious about bringing students back home, then shouldn't we expand our territory? So, what do we do with the land? Well, we transform the neighborhood school sites into Black Wall Street zones. That guarantees jobs, career and business opportunities for our graduates, and residents to come back home with pride. S. Skills and trades classes. Since Michigan has a huge need for workers with these skills, why wouldn't we bring these centers back into those Black Wall Street zones? From agri-science growers, business ownerships, to carpenters, machine techs, and everything in between. H. Hotel. Open a Black-owned hotel on the river run by us on a Black Wall Street zone. That was oh so fresh. Now, let's get to the start. Science and technology campus. If we prep our kids from coding to ecology, we could inspire young minds to create global solutions. If HBCUs and mentor experts connect with our students and our educators as early and often as possible, our schools would be unstoppable. Can we build it?
Yeah!
What about families feeling stuck? Well, transitional housing programs. If residents with records can enter society with proper supports, and low-income families could become homeowners without instantly losing the benefits they need as they make their come up, we could help close the city's wealth gap. I'm not sure about you, but this is extremely possible. A. Arts. Let's revitalize our performing arts and digital media programs. One that empowers a Black History Museum, makes full-blown productions that could tell the untold stories of Black folks, hometown heroes, and culturally affirming lessons that heal our souls. R. Racial equity officers. Systemic racism is a disease that feeds off of Black pain especially. Is your soul growing weary of racism? If you could have someone fighting racism from the inside, would you? Hiring trained racial equity officers who know how to detect messed up rules that cause unnecessary frustration throughout our city and beyond is a game changer. Equity officers can help organizations figure out better ways to serve folks harmed by racism. System upgrades and balance help everybody. Now, how do we connect all of our greatness globally? Transportation upgrades. Shouldn't our kids have driver's licenses before they graduate? What a concept, right? Do you see how bringing back free driver's education for class credits could help improve driving safety and opportunities for teens? Are you ready to travel in speed, safety, and comfort? Do we desire more opportunities for careers, trade, and tourists who will visit our Black Wall Street zones and spend money with our hotel, performers, tour guides, and Black-owned businesses every day? A fast rail will connect our travelers to bigger cities and big cities to us. With a fresh start, we can harness our power to transform our travesties into an international treasure. Let's restore unity within our community, peace in our hearts, and prosperity in our wards. This is our chance for a fresh start. So, what do you like best about Fresh Start? Touch the link and tell us why you agree with Fresh Start at www.freshstartyes.com.